where God is good.
GSS Lynnhaven WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub. Hot tub. I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. Very hot. Stay hot there, hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Tub and hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Shake in the hot tub. Yeah. Really make me sweat. Yeah. Shake in the hot tub. Yeah. Really make me wet. Yeah.
Well. Welcome to the Coach Hale Show. I am Patrick Garner with Turf Pro Pest Control.
Yay.
Sitting here with Jason Kovaleski from Matt's Fit Sports Nutrition and Mr. Jim Bob.
Yep.
How are y'all boys doing this morning?
Doing good.
Boy, I tell you what, that intro is pretty awesome, but I don't think anybody wants to get in a hot tub around here right now. They probably want Stevenson Air Conditioning to come on out and get that AC working, cooling it down, making it look more like a refrigerator than a hot tub.
At least we've had some rain recently to take that little humidity off, but then it's going to be hot after. So hopefully we get a cooler winter and avoid some of these hurricanes that are coming.
Hey,
get another 4.5 inches of snow in January, like we did
I'll
last
take that
year.
over this heat.
if we avoid the hurricanes, I don't care if the winter's warm.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But now, if it's warm, it's probably going to not bode well for next year.
No, hopefully.
A few of our sponsors, like I said, Stevenson Air Conditioning out there right now. It's hot. It's hot at 7 in the morning. If you're out there, you're sweating.
76 degrees currently here on the beach.
It's not so bad.
Not too bad, but that humidity's up there. Beef O'Brady's over in Lynnhaven. If you're hungry, remember we got the Mosley game at Mosley or Tommy Oliver this week. Stop by there, get you something to eat. We also have the Bay High game at home this week. I think they play Arnold.
Yeah, I know they did. Big rivalry game.
That ought to be a good one.
That's a great way
Juice behind
kick
it.
off the season, isn't it?
Let's get into it. A couple things that I noticed yesterday. I was looking at a couple things that. Did y'all see that the coaches, USA Today, did a new poll?
No,
Before the season started, they have already re-ranked all the teams.
I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that one.
This was very interesting. It dropped yesterday, and I kind of you might be able to see my notes. Start with your number one.
Texas.
Penn State.
You saw my notes.
No, I didn't. But I'm just. They seem to be the flavor of the year.
Yeah.
Penn State went to number one. Number two. What's that, Jason?
Texas.
No.
Clemson.
No. They've got Georgia. Number three.
Texas.
No.
One of these times is going to be Clemson.
Yes. Number four, Jim Bob.
Almost
Texas. No kidding.
Yeah, Texas. And then they have Notre Dame at 5, and then Jason's beloved Ohio State at 6.
Jim Bob's beloved Ohio State, too.
And just for Coach Hale, they put them at number 7. They want to give them a hockey stick. Oregon at number 8, Miami at 9, LSU at 10. LSU still the most interesting to me with that ranking.
That team could be 6-6 or 12-0. You just don't know this year. I mean, there's such a fragile kind of psyche with, Brian Kelly being there and the way things have started off the season. They got to get a big win this year. I just think if they lose to Clemson, this thing could fall off the rails.
I sit back and I look, and I don't want to pick on LSU, but Brian Kelly himself.
Right.
He makes the comment, was it last year's opening game where he goes, we just can't win these games.
Yeah, well, who's in charge?
Well, yeah. But
Your team,
when have you ever heard a coach, after losing a big opening game, make that statement to the whole world?
It's not often, and this is my problem with Brian Kelly. I think he's an outdated coach. I mean, I don't mind the in-your-face kind of yell at guys, trying to get them motivated, but it just doesn't work in this day and age. I mean, kids just can transfer out. They tune you out. You've seen some incidents on the sidelines. You had the kid that got cancer that was talking about he never came and saw him. So there's a lot of off-the-field stuff that, Brian Kelly just hasn't been embraced by the team or the fan base, really. We'll see this year. I mean, if they can't win this year, the SEC, and make a run in the playoffs, when are they going to do it? Because they got a veteran quarterback, they got veteran players, they got offensive players, they got defensive players. They're very talented, but they have to get off to a good start.
So, I'm not trying to pick on him too much, but he's on the SEC network, and I'm showing y'all a photo. And this is him on the SEC network talking on live TV. And one of the things we all talk about is attention to detail. To be an elite coach, you have to have supreme attention to detail. We've got a picture of him on the show, and his necktie is not even centered close. It's way off to the side. I sent it to Coach Hale, and he just started laughing in a text
that's how Coach
message.
Hale ties himself.
Well, that was one thing. Well, yeah, but I mean, he's not a national title contender, but this guy's supposed to be. And I don't say knocking out on his coaching ability, but would you ever see Nick Saban or Kirby Smart at a press conference? And this is not a press conference. This is a scheduled TV show where they're interviewing all the coaches of the SEC. It's probably at media days, and his tie is sitting off to the side.
No, they got people that come in there and put a little lipstick on you and a little shadow on
This
your
one may be
face
the better
before you go on
of the-
TV. So
Yeah, he needs to fire his
not fair.
wife. She didn't dress very
I mean,
good.
I took that right off the TV. It was the first thing I noticed. I was like, come on.
But his comments at the beginning of the year, just talking about this is a national championship caliber team, that just puts more pressure on the team, more pressure on him. I don't know why you come out and talk before any games played. It just makes no sense to me. Same with the Florida State quarterback. Just
But by the same token, Dabo Swinney, who's won 2 of them, talk about putting pressure. He's saying they're going to go over you 16-0. No one's ever there, and by gosh, we're going to be 16-0 this year.
and I'm going under on that one too.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
I mean,
but
I like the way
agree
their
with you,
schedule
but
lays out.
I don't know.
I just don't get that though. Keep it in house. Keep it under wraps.
I agree.
mean, that's bulletin board material for other teams. You're already going to get their best shot. You're Dabo, you're Clemson, you're a brand in college football now. I mean, you don't need to add any fuel to the fire. Just
I agree.
You keep it under wraps. Do your work. Come out and beat people, and then you don't have to talk about it. I mean, that to me is the best way to go. But it's a different era. It's a different age. I mean, guys like to talk. The guys like the attention on them. I just think you need to take the pressure off your team, not put it directly or squarely on their shoulders from day one.
No, I agree with that. I think that comment may have been more towards his team
For sure, yeah.
than anything else of saying, hey, I believe in you so much that this is what you should do. They're loaded.
On paper. I'll give them a little bit of credit, but they still don't recruit on the level of Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. I mean, their recruiting rankings are usually between 10 and 20. I mean, they have a good portal class coming in. I think they addressed the wide receiver position. I just never thought they were talented, 1 through 85 like some of these other teams. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Klubnik's the guy. I've seen him a lot, ranked number 1 on draft boards for a QB1 for the draft. So we're going to find out if he's the guy. He played really well against Texas, but I think they're getting a lot of credit because I don't think Texas played their best game in that game. But, they play in the ACC. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities for losses. I mean, I think their biggest competition will be Miami, which some will debate whether they're that big of a competition for them.
I don't even think they have Miami on the schedule.
They're not on the regular season schedule, but to play in the ACC championship game.
Possibly.
Probably play
I'll
Miami.
tell you who on 3 has playing in the ACC championship. It's going to surprise you.
It probably won't because they're not very good.
It's Georgia Tech.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Miami and Clemson are going to fight it out. Miami, if Beck is good, has a lot of talent on that roster.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've been recruited up there with the big boys the last 5 years. I mean, they've gotten guys Ohio State winning on offense, defensive line. I mean, Cristobal can recruit. Now we're going to find out if he's a good game day coach and can win the season because last year looked pretty bad from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, and, does their whole season ride on Carson Beck?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. If he's not up to the standard that we all expect him to be, then they're not going to be very good.
I think that kind of is the same scenario with several teams this year. It's kind of Texas, Arch Manning. If he doesn't perform as expected,
yeah, that's an easy thing to say. I mean, if your quarterback doesn't play well, usually you're not going to win. But, there's teams out there that have other ways to beat you. I think Texas still has a good offensive line, good running backs. I think they have a good short pass game that they can, kind of maneuver if Manny's not, like Peyton Manning from the pocket.
Right.
A team like Alabama, they can line up and run it right down your throat if you can't, stop the run. I mean, I think Ohio State has a very, very good offensive line this year, a couple of running backs that can beat you. I mean, there's teams out there that can beat you in different ways, but I think Miami has to have Beck be special this year for them to be in that top realm, top 10, top 5.
Yeah, and I go back to like when Georgia and Texas were playing and Carson Beck gets hurt and Gunner comes in and performs well. He showed his age.
Yeah.
He still performed really well, and he showed himself to be the future. Behind Carson Beck, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with the roster. Is there somebody that can step in if he gets hurt or if he can't perform after having his surgery?
I don't know who their backup quarterback is. Whoever played in the bowl game was terrible, though. That came in for Cam Ward at half. I mean,
he was.
They had to go get a guy. So I don't think there's anything special behind him. If they lose Carson Beck, if he's not the guy, I don't see it. I mean, I picked them to at least make it to the ACC championship game and possibly beat Clemson this year, but it's all based on Beck being healthy.
Yeah, I think they have the very, very real opportunity to make that run, but are they going to do what they have the last several years and start the run and then
they got Notre Dame week 1, so we're going to find out real quick.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame, this is probably their best team I've seen on paper since maybe the Lou Holtz era. Even better than last year's team. I think they're better.
Yeah, I think our week 1 this year is probably one of the best we've ever had.
Kudos to these teams for playing out-of-conference games like that because there's a lot of teams, their philosophy is let's just go, 12, 15, 13-0 and not play anybody. Like Indiana, they don't play anybody out of, conference that's worth the crap, I guess I could say that. And then, Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, Miami, LSU, Clemson is another one I'm super interested in because that's got a lot of pressure on both coaches. So, really, really excited. We're about, 2 weeks away from real football. Actually, 1 week away, but 2 weeks away from good games.
Yeah. Now, do y'all know what today is?
I have no idea.
In the college football world.
Is it Tuesday?
No idea.
It is actually football season.
Is it? Who's playing?
Officially today. So officially today, they started practice.
Okay.
It's not the fall camp.
Right.
All that's ended, all the camps and scrimmages and all that stuff. So now is the day when they actually start putting in their game plans for that first weekend. So today officially marks, according to several sources, the start of college football with official practice.
Well, they're going to get after it, and we got 2 weeks to some big-time games, so I'm excited.
I mean, that's where most of these teams are going to start putting in their game plans today.
Yeah.
And if they haven't already.
It's a big thing for Ohio State. I know we talk a lot about Ohio State because that's the team we follow, but, replacing 2 coordinators is really, really hard. So, Brian Hartline being a new offensive coordinator, is he going to have the same chops that Chip Kelly did? Chip Kelly was huge in that playoff run, just his play calling, what he did with Oregon, some of the Texas play calls. There's a reason Chip Kelly's making $6 million a year being an offensive coordinator in the NFL right now.
Well, how good is he going to have the quarterback playing? Julian Sayin is they've announced him as the starter now.
It's a lot easier when you have Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and Brandon Ennis. So I think he's going to be good. I think he's a better passer than Will Howard. So from that aspect, I think they're going to have a very, very, very good offense. And you had Max Clare in there, the Purdue tight end transfer, who's just a huge security blanket for a young quarterback, just to be able to throw it to a big guy over the middle that had, 700 yards receiving last year, maybe the number 1 tight end in the draft coming out. So we'll see. I'm really excited about seeing them play Texas. I think that's going to be a great game. I think both teams are super talented on both sides of the ball. Those are 2 complete teams, and it's going to be a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, we're going to get into that more here in a couple segments. Coming up next, in the next segment, we have the Rutherford head coach going to be joining us. But while we're getting ready for that, let's talk about a couple of the sponsors here of the show. Wildcat.
Yeah, man. I'm here.
I haven't been the best in the world.
Yeah.
So how do I make the wife super happy?
So you've been a bad boy.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, I can tell by that grin on his face that he's been a bad boy, but I can solve your problems. All you got to do is create something one of a kind. Take the drawing down to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77. Tell them what you done. They'll offer some suggestions. They've certainly helped me out, and I think a few others around here they've helped out. And they'll either already have a beautiful piece of jewelry or they'll design a piece of jewelry for you. Take your watch down there, get a battery put in it so you're on time every time. And also have your jewelry cleaned and inspected for free at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Yes, and everybody, call John Ward. You've been out in the sun all summer, getting that suntan, living life. Go get a dermatology specialist. Get your skin checked.
You made your appointment yet, Jason?
No, not yet.
Shame.
I mean, I've been a few times.
I actually call it, but I got to call him directly. I don't think he's taking a new patient because he's so popular, but I mean, you can call him.
If he's not taking on new patients with all those locations,
no,
he's going to open up another one.
Plus, he's got a hospital that he just opened up. So he is a busy guy.
Yeah, no. I mean, everybody uses Dr. Ward. He's a good man. He helped me through COVID. I mean, he's been honest with me and my family, so I think the world of him and his family.
Yeah, and I can't say it enough. Go get your skin checked out.
For sure. Yeah.
If you're outside just enjoying the beach and what we have here, or if you're working out there, I have to go once or twice a year. My wife goes once or twice a year. She's had several things cut off. It's a great preventative stuff, so you don't go through something you shouldn't.
15 minutes to save your life.
That's it.
And he'll be right here on ESPN at 7:30 tomorrow.
Sweet.
That's all I got.
We'll see you on the next side.
All right. We're going to be talking to Coach Floyd from Rutherford when we come back.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights.
Highway robbery!
But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It saved baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 91 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight and warm near 79. Mostly sunny most of the day aside from a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening and 89 tomorrow. 87 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your NFL and college football headquarters is Dak Cajun Place. With 27 TVs, you won't miss a play or a game. Score 50-cent wings during live games every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. 50-cent wings and $5 pitchers during live games only at Dak Cajun Place. LSU and Saints fans, wear your team colors and get free Jell-O shots when LSU or the Saints score. Plus brunch on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 2 with $3 mimosas. Game like a local at Dak Cajun Place.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Welcome back to the Coach Hale Show. I am Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control, sitting here with Jason Kovaleski of MaxFit Sport Nutrition and our old buddy Jim Bob
Bryant.
There you go.
That's a bunch of Buckeyes.
Yeah. Buckeyes sporting a nice little Florida shirt. We got Coach Floyd on the line. You there, Coach?
Yes, sir. How we doing?
Doing great, Coach. As we get into it, tell us a little bit about the Jamboree this past week and what you saw. Any surprises? Something that kind of caught your eye that you hadn't seen yet?
Man, it was pretty much consistent with what we've been seeing in practice as far as a couple of young guys stepping up with Jamarion Blunt at running back doing a few things. We had another young guy, Zayden Holmes, that ran the ball pretty well, that did pretty solid, that we kind of been seeing flashes of talent with him throughout the spring and fall camp. A couple guys, Kazion Rochelle, Braylon Hurd, those guys have already been kind of playmakers in our offense, those two seniors. But the other two young guys, made me proud and gave us something to look forward to as far as those guys making plays in the near future.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, as far as the game went, I felt like those guys at Freeport did a good job. I don't want to take anything from Coach Sean Arts, but I feel like we lost the game opposed to them just winning it. Being up 30-20 with about 7 minutes to go, I still feel like it was a game that we can learn a lot from as far as having good teach tape, don't jump off sides on fourth down when they're about to get off the field, third down, about to get off the field, running into the kicker there at the end of the game when they missed the field goal to win the game. To tie the game up, we could have won the game and they ended up scoring. I do like the situation of football that we played with a couple of young guys making a play down there on the goal line. The last play, just a judgment call, whether he gets in or whether his knee is down. I still was excited about that young sophomore coming down from free safety to try to make that play into the flats, because that's a big-time play that you kind of see on Sundays and Saturdays, to where it's pretty hard to make on the goal line, and I feel like he stepped up to the challenge and did what he could to try to save the football game. So, we had some growing pains. I feel like it was good teach tape to let the guys know, like, this is kind of what we was doing last year, starting winning against teams and then start losing later on. And, some of that goes with depth. Some of it's youth. Some of it's just practice as far as being kickoff classic games. So at the end of the day, we did have fun. We don't want to lose the game, but we did have fun. I was excited about, the spirit that we had on the sideline and the fight and grit that some of those young guys had. And, just continuing on to, week one of the regular season, feeling like, you get better from the first game to the second game is most improvement that you see. So just kind of excited about all of it.
Yeah, talk about, I know you're building the program over there, and you had a bunch of new guys last year, young guys that are coming in. As they're going into their sophomore year and progressing in your system, who are the standout guys that you're seeing, and who are the guys that are kind of like the most improved, that are maybe overachieving some of your expectations already?
As far as those two running backs that I was telling you about, the Jamarion Blunt and Zayden Holmes. Jamarion being a freshman, you kind of seen that talent right away when he stepped on the football field this spring, but still excited to see it really happening on an actual varsity football game was good. Zayden Holmes, we've seen some good stuff with him last year on JV, but didn't feel like he was really big enough to really be able to do some of the things we asked him to do, but he ended up being able to hold it down at corner. And what I think is, a guy that you're probably not going to run by fast, and he also was able to carry the football, small, but being able to, put his shoulder down, lower shoulder to get a tough yard, or make a move in the open field to try to get an extra yard and try to get in the end zone. And he was able to find the end zone Friday night, so that was pretty excited. But the quarterback, man, we don't think he had the best of game, but I don't feel like that was just on the quarterback. There was some things that we had going on with timing issues, but Jaleel Reed, he's expected to make plays and made him as a freshman. So now, as far as the way we use him and the leadership that we feel like he's expected to have, is kind of a lot higher and more expected, opposed to him just arriving on the scene. Guys are going to try to game plan to stop you. So, he got to step up there, because Zion Rochelle He was hurt during fall camp for about a week or so with a hamstring issue. So for him to be able to come out and have a decent game to what he had, make a few plays, break a few tackles, and make some long runs, it was exciting to see him to be able to do that consistently without having, being held out or being limited. And we kind of took him out a little bit later. We wanted to kind of take him out a lot earlier than what we did. But, it still was good to see him play a full game. Braylon Hurd, man, on the offensive side of the ball, he does everything he needs to do. And, can't really, brag on him anymore when it comes down to being a shutdown corner on that side, being at his size, and he always welcomes the challenge, man. So just excited about some of the fight with some of the guys that we have, and those are some of the guys that I feel like are making plays. And before I want to give a shout out to, a freshman. His name Joaquin H. He started on right tackle because we had an injury throughout the fall camp, and he wasn't even playing in the O-line, but he had to step up, play right tackle, and play a lot of three technique. And Riley came off the field. We got to do some adjustments this week, try to keep that young man fresh and be able to protect him and protect our teammates as far as going down the stretch with depth.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Jason.
No, you got a big one coming out of the gate. Mosley County rival, talented team. Talk a little bit about the scouting report you got on them and what you're looking forward to in this game.
Man, it's Mosley. I feel like it's a cross-town rival, but, in order for things to be a rival, you have to kind of, win something. In recent history, I don't feel like that's been happening. But the guys are getting up just as much as it will be if we've been beating them year in and year out. So you can hear my voice, man. The energy on Monday was just crazy, and we kind of challenged those guys. I mean, you're not going to beat a Mosley or compete against a Mosley if you don't have any toughness, if you're not disciplined, if you don't play sound football. So we really hammered that home yesterday, and we had this thing called bingo, buy in or get out. And, I don't feel like nobody got out yesterday, and we kind of pressed them pretty solid, man. And so the energy's there, but you can't just go off energy. I take this right here from Tommy Joe. He say, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. So what we're doing in practice is preparing ourselves for a battle, preparing ourselves to go both ways. Some of the guys, I'm being, just being in a fight, and in order for you to even have a chance, you got to go in there and fight and play football together. You can't do it as an individual.
Are you going to be the home team or the away team?
We're going to be the away team.
Okay.
Still on your home field.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Still, yeah. Going out to lead some of y'all.
Coach, going into the game this week, for y'all to pull off the win, what's some of the key things that you're going to have to do?
Man, we got to clean up the ball security issues, as far as the interceptions, fumbles, make sure that, watching the ball is key. Don't give them nothing cheap. Just make them earn what they get. They're going to make good plays on the offense and their defense. But, weather the storm and just, stay focused and do what you're coached to do, and really got to be disciplined. And they got, smart kids, fast kids, and they got a lot of depth. And then they got smart coaches and that I respect over there that know what they're doing. So, and our guys know that, you're going against a well-coached team, and if you're going to go up against a well-coached team, you got to be well-coached yourself, and you got to be disciplined yourself to have a chance.
Coach, real quick, because we know every game, it's a one game at a time, but as you look at this season and trying to win a district championship and going through that, in your district, who's your teams for the people that don't know that you're going to play, and when are those games?
Our district consists of us, Mariana, Bozeman, and North Bay Haven. And as far as you said, what am I doing to try to win those games?
Well, no, when are those games so we can come out and support you when you play at home and all that? I'm not looking at the schedule.
Gotcha. Our first game, our first game is against, district game is against Mariana on September the 26th over at Mariana. And then October the 10th for homecoming, we have North Bay Haven. And then we have, the following week, we have Bozeman on October the 16th on a Thursday at Tommy Oliver.
Those will be some big games.
Yes, sir. I think so, man. It's gonna be real competitive. I think there's a lot of good coaches in our district, and the fact that we feel like it's a little wide open, but we got to beat Mariana. I think everybody's excited, and Mariana is excited to probably prove that, hey, we may have lost some guys, but we're gonna come out and play some good football and try to, keep our throne.
Yeah, Coach, we appreciate you coming on. You're doing a great job over there. I'll be at the game Friday night. We'll be hoping you do well and cheering for you. I'll be on the other side because of my daughter, but it's all good. Hey, I've been watching some of your players since they were at Mowat, and and Rutherford come up to you, and you're doing a great job in bringing them along and getting them to the next level.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Good luck, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
That was Coach Floyd from Rutherford. Well, we'll be right back after the segment. We'll be talking about the FSU update. I think Jim Bob's got some stuff for us.
Yep.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors.
That was not a shot at Shedeur Sanders. Shame on everybody that said it was. Do not. You're hurting Shedeur. You're turning a non-circus into a circus. When he said that, he was taking a shot at us. He was taking a shot at guys like me.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red boils, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com on Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
I didn't feel so alone.
Well, I'm feeling stupid every now and then.
Seminoles of Florida State. So this is going to be the Florida State segment. We're going to highlight a couple things on there. But first, let's get a couple of these sponsors. It's Taco Tuesday. Where are we going to get some tacos? El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill.
I'm glad I didn't answer. I almost said that.
Great place right down here on Thomas Drive.
That is good
Go
food.
in there, good food.
Multiple locations.
If tacos aren't your thing today, step on down to J. Michael's.
Yeah.
You can get you a good fish sandwich. Tomorrow he's got the spaghetti going.
Coldest beer
in town. Don't doubt it. He's got those frozen mugs.
Get there early though. Get you a seat.
Jason, tell us a little bit about Max Fit Sport Nutrition. If I can get it out, I'm pulling a Chad Mitchell like he did yesterday. Couldn't talk.
Yeah, he had 7 left, so you can use a few of his.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 locations. One on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village right there where Black Sheep Armory, Tzatziki's, and Granny Cantrell's is. And we're in Pier Park North. We have free sample bar at both locations. So if you buy any type of vitamins, proteins, recovery products, pre-workouts, post-workouts, test boosters, we got a little bit of everything for everybody. BPC 157, I know that people are trying to find that. It's a healing peptide. It's been flying off our shelves. We've had a lot of success helping people out with pain management with that. But you come in and try our products for free. For the most part, things that we can sample out, we do. That way you can get an idea to try it before you buy it, and that way you don't buy something you don't need. So come see us at either location.
Yeah, Max Fit Sport Nutrition is a great place. They do a lot of stuff for the high schoolers and the athletes around the county, as it is with your programs, helping them with nutrition and the healing. We appreciate you, Jason.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Jim Bob, what you got for us on the FSU?
Well, I was looking through the FSU sites for something that might hold our attention, and someone took the time to rank, this is an FSU person, to rank all the quarterbacks that have played at Florida State since the year 2000. So from 2000 to 2024.
Was that Winky?
Okay. Now, there's 22 quarterbacks. I didn't write it all down. I just write the top 10. We're going to talk about the top 10 real quick and focus our attention on a couple of the higher-ups. But just for everybody out there, DJ was number 22.
No way.
He was the lowest ranked, to no one's surprise. He didn't have a very good FSU experience this past season. So it doesn't surprise me that he was number 22. And as I was looking at these, like, man, I remember that guy. It's like, you remember all these names start going back to you. But let's just focus on the top 10. At number 10 is Sean McGuire, 2013 to 2016. I remember the name a little bit, not so much.
He stepped in to beat Miami, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember the name. Now the next
That's a true Florida State fan right there, because I had no idea.
I took over for Winston.
Okay.
I remember a lot because I think it was against, he played Alabama or somebody, I can't remember which, and he got sacked about 47 times. And it's DeAndre Francois.
Oh, yeah,
and
they killed him.
And he stood in there. Who beat him up so bad?
Alabama.
It was
First
Alabama.
game of the year.
That's what I thought.
It was in Atlanta.
That was a big hype game,
It's
and they
like,
came in and crushed
man,
him. I
this
think he
guy-
got hurt first quarter, second quarter, and that was the end of the season for them.
Pretty much the end of his career.
He's one of the toughest hombres I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He got his brains beat in. Okay, so that's DeAndre Francois, as I need to say. Next one's another name from the past, Drew Weatherford. Remember him?
Yeah.
2004, 2008. The next one was one of my favorites because he was about 6'8" and weighed about 49 pounds. That's James Blackman. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It's like,
I was afraid for him running around on the field. Like, please don't tackle him.
Yeah,
he was fast.
He was pretty athletic, but, man, he was so skinny.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my goodness. Put some meat on this guy's bones, man. All right, the next one was, he was supposed to be like, it was, let me rephrase that. He had a tough act to follow because of who came in front of him. And we'll talk about that in a second. At number 6 is Chris Ricks from 2001 to 2004, who actually wasn't that bad.
No.
But the expectations, I think, were a little unrealistic, and he just couldn't really live up to it. At number 5 is Christian Ponder, whose probably biggest accomplishment is marrying one of the best-looking broadcasters on
Absolutely.
TV
Old
land.
Sam Ponder.
Yeah, he's a lucky man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. She's a good-looking woman. And number 4 is E.J. Manuel, again, who wasn't bad, but again, a lot of these guys suffered because the expectations were so high, for so long.
They were so dominant in the 90s. I mean,
Right.
coming out of the 90s, and, they weren't quite as talented. Bobby Bowden was at the end of his career then, so,
At number 3 is Jordan Travis, who just finished up 2 years ago. And it's such a shame. I'm not really a Florida State fan per se. I mean, I like him. I follow him. Not like Ohio State. But it was just a shame that he got hurt. It would have been great to see what they could have done had he stayed healthy, had he finished that season out.
So, an interesting stat.
What could they have done?
Before, when Jordan Travis was healthy, they averaged 476 yards a game. From the moment he got hurt till now, it's 218.
I believe it.
Well, their backup quarterbacks were horrible. And then you had DJ this year. I thought he'd be number 1. The committee thought he was number 1 because without him, they flew him out of the playoffs. So I thought he would be number 1, to be honest.
All right, so that's number 3, Jordan.
Well, I forgot. They got famous.
That's Jordan Travis. Number 2 is my all-time... One of my all-time favorite characters of whoever played. That's Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
I mean, you
crab
talk about
legs
a
and all.
character- He played for the Browns this past year too, and he was still he's toned it down a lot, but he's still very outgoing, very
funny.
quotable. He's funny. He's just a funny guy.
He's a jokester.
Yeah, he just does funny stuff.
I remember when Tom Brady was coming to Tampa, he made that tweet that said, "Oh, you're coming to Tampa? What brings you to Tampa?" Because he was the starting quarterback then. And
So old Jameis Winston, when he was in the Bucs, he had 1 year, he had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's ever been done.
That's a perfect analysis of Jameis Winston as a person.
Yeah.
You're going to get highs and then you're going to get the lows. knows?
So like to my sister and her husband, they're Cleveland Browns fans, and I warned them. I said, now Jameis, he's going to give you some great moments. He'll look like the best guy who ever played.
Yeah.
And then the very next game, he'll look like he's never picked up a football before. It's like he's really hot and cold, So
he keeps both teams in the game.
Yeah. And then of course, when I was just listening, like, where's Chris Winkie? Well,
Right.
Chris Winkie, who started in the 90s, in 97, but he finished in 2000. Okay, that's when he won his Heisman. They won a championship in 99. So Chris Winkie of all these is the top quarterback, rightfully so.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
won the Heisman, he won the national championship. Of course, James won the Heisman too.
Yeah.
So those are the top two. Like I said, there's a lot of other guys that they listed that were like, oh yeah, I remember that. Just names.
Right.
Well, the top two had the two most dominant offenses in Florida State history, with Winston with their national championship and Winkie with theirs in '99, because both of those offenses were. They rivaled LSU's with Joe Burrow.
I'll just never forget Jameis Winston showing up to a game he was suspended for, dressed out, practicing, warming up.
That's the one that McGuire took over and won the game.
And then Jimbo's over there talking to him like a 5-year-old. No, you are suspended. You got to go take your jersey off.
We talked about that before. In all my years of coaching and playing, that might be the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like
it was almost like you told me all week, but I didn't know you were serious.
You were serious about that? You really meant that?
I mean, just stealing a couple crab legs is what.
Yeah. Jameis was entertaining, no question. He's not in the Browns anymore. I don't even know where he's going. Maybe one of you guys not, because I don't know.
I don't even know if he's playing right now.
I have to look that up.
Look it up. See where our boy Jameis is.
Yeah. So I pulled something up on him, kind of looking at their offense and defense and what they've done the last couple of years and what they're predicted to do this year. This year, their defense is predicted to allow 24.2 points a game. Last year, the offense, as we know, was absolutely horrendous. They averaged 15 points a game. This year, they're expected to average 30 points a game. That leaves a real close margin.
Yeah, it does.
In the undefeated season, they allowed, I think it was 18 points a game. Now, most schools now are not under that 20 mark for the most part as far as defense, but offensively, it's going to be interesting.
He's with the New York Giants, just real quick.
New York Giants. Okay, there you go.
He ain't starting there, though.
No.
But, yeah, Florida State's got a small margin for error. The good thing is they got new coaching staff, new offensive philosophy. I mean, they got a new offensive line coach, new defensive line coach, new defensive staff altogether. So everybody's 0-0 right now. I mean, Castellanos, as much as I hated that he's out there talking, is a real good fit for that Malzahn offense.
Yeah,
he can run. I mean, he ran all over Florida State in, multiple games, I believe. He put 40 points on a really good defense the year they were probably should have played for a national title. So they got some pieces. I just don't know how it's going to fit together. I mean, it's one thing from going from 2-10 to 10-2. They just need to get to like an 8-4 season, get some early wins under their belt, compete against Alabama. You don't have to win the Alabama game, but you have to be competitive and show that you made improvements, that you have a strong locker room, because I think that's where it fell apart last year. I think once, DJ was not the guy and everybody's looking around, who are the leaders on that team? When you have so many portal guys coming in, there's really just not a culture to set the standard for these guys. So they have to change that this year. And that doesn't mean they have to win 10 games, but you got to show some improvement and some direction for the program.
The consistency that you keep hearing out of the coaching staff is if we stay healthy. They're not real deep. They got a good 22. There was 2 injuries that I read about last night. Squirrel White has an injury right now. He is probable for the game, but they're going to see how that progresses. That could be a really big factor in that game with his speed, and he's one of the most experienced receivers on that team. And then the other one is Kevin Wynn, a 4-star freshman defensive lineman who came in January.
That's
and
a big pickup for them.
And is expected to start or play with Darryl Jackson, right there, but he is questionable for the game as we speak now. Now, that can change over the next week with training and, as we all know, as we go on.
I I don't know if they can beat Alabama, but I hope they're competitive. But, this is a really, really good Alabama team.
They can't make mistakes.
No, but Alabama's got a better fit at quarterback. The offensive line's going to be one of the best in the country. Their defense played really well at the end of last year anyway, and they got a lot of guys back. They got a new offensive coordinator that allows DeBoer to be a head coach, similar to what Ohio State experienced with Chip Kelly. I mean, he fully trusts Ryan Grubb. Everybody in the NFL wanted Ryan Grubb. Saban wanted Ryan Grubb. So he's got his man there. This is a tough task. But, hey, you go out there and beat Alabama week 1, all the sour memories of last year are gone and wiped away. So you got a huge opportunity to go out there and win a big, big football game at home.
We're about to go to break. When we come back, we're going to be with the Florida Gators. But real quick, if you're thirsty and want to have a good time, head down to Newbies. 4 locations out here on the beach. Do it great. And then Mr. 26 years of helping high school athletics here, Chad Mitchell with Orthopedic Associates.
Legend.
Go out there and see him.
MD.
And then, John, what you got?
Speaking of football, yay, finally here. I got to watch Bengals play last night.
The defense looked awful, though. Did you watch it?
Yeah, well, I watched it till halftime.
Their tackling is horrible again.
No, shut up, Jason.
I'm a Bengals fan. I'm with you, man. We're together.
Hey, Wildcat. They're better than Kentucky.
Yes, that's
true. Man.
But that's a low bar.
I'm just sitting behind this glass taking abuse from you guys. But anyway, if you are a football fan, especially if you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, ESPN Northwest Florida, right here, 104.3, we're going to put your butt in a seat. We're giving away tickets to every single Jacksonville Jaguars home game this season.
Wow.
Keep listening for more details. We're going to give a pair of tickets away, and you can go see Jaguars at Everbank Stadium. Compliments of 104.3 Northwest Florida. More details coming your way on how you can be a winner of those tickets.
It's a nice little stadium, too, so that's a nice little trip.
Be a lot of fun,
Yeah, a lot of fun. You got a chance to see the guy who broke the record that didn't count in a field goal play.
He said, look, I'm going to hit the record. He said, don't worry about it for preseason. So he's pretty confident he can kick him from 70.
Yeah, we saw it happen.
That's crazy.
What team put 5 kickers on their team this year? I can't remember who it was. Got 5 field goal, 5 kickers.
That's a bad indictment for what happened last year then.
Oh, well.
We'll be back after these messages.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
The minimum unsportsmanlike, the likability aspect of it. It's kind of like the Cleveland Browns quarterback battle. Nuno is like the Joe Flacco of the group. Pat Costello and Javante are like Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders, so they're kind of fighting it out. And then I would say, Evan Cohen and the Cams are like Kenny Pickett.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 91 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight and warm near 79. Mostly sunny most of the day aside from a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening and 89 tomorrow. 87 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Taco Bell is now on DoorDash in Port St. Joe. That's right, you can enjoy craveable tacos, burritos, and more delivered right to your door. Craving a late night snack? Taco Bell in Port St. Joe has you covered. Open until 1, 7 days a week. Plus, start your day off with their delicious breakfast menu, available until 10 a.m. Taco Bell, where the craveable comes true. Taco Bell, now on DoorDash in Port St. Joe.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gators. 2, 3, 4. Gators. Even though I'm a Gator hater.
Oh, no. Yeah. You don't like Spurrier? No, it's like Coach Hale's whisper of wisdom.
I've liked Spurrier.
I love Spurrier. I like Spurrier and Bow. That's why I root for both of them. Miami,
Welcome back to the Coach Hale Show. We're going to get right to it. We'll get to the Gator update here in just a second. But first, let's talk about Steve's Bike Shop over on 23rd Street. If you've been wanting one of those e-bikes or one of the hybrid bikes that has pedals that you can pedal for a while, and then when you get all tired like I do, you can hit that E button and then cruise on back to the house and rest.
That's called cheating, Patrick.
Well, if you really want to do that the correct way, you use the e-bike out.
Right.
And then you pedal back, so when you get home, it looks like you've actually worked out.
Then you call Uber and say, I need a truck.
Upwind, you use the electric. Downwind, you pedal.
He sells bikes, all different types of bikes, does repair on bikes. So if you got a bike that needs repair, come down to see Steve's Bike Shop, Mr. Steve. He coaches the swimming team over there at Mosley. Super great guy.
Yeah.
TK Vandy Roofing. Call Kyle Vandergriff for all of your construction roofing needs over there.
Kyle and Tucker.
Yeah. Right. They're both in the and if you haven't seen the dog, call him because the dog's pretty cute.
Oh, he's smart too. He chews
I
on
think
wires.
he's cuter than Kyle though.
Well,
watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and you'll see the dog we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good shot up.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful
He's
dog.
Fun.
Want to give a shout out to Taco Bell over in Port St. Joe. Thanks for all the sponsorship you're doing with us. If you're hungry for some good food over there, stop by the Taco Bell. They don't have a ton of choices over there in St. Joe, so Taco Bell is one of the best over there.
Yeah, and they support the team. You've got to support them.
And then that Cajun place is going to be absolutely packed here in about a week and a half because you're going to have LSU Clemson. If you're a Clemson fan, go there, but don't be surprised when everybody else is wearing LSU gear, and it goes crazy when they score.
And they drink the bar dry and want to fight you after.
It's a great place.
Kidding, the atmosphere's great over there. Fans are awesome.
They have great weekday specials for lunch. If you're hungry, stop by there, get you something to eat. It's not just a ball game place.
Free Jello shots for touchdowns if you wear your LSU jersey
or New Orleans stuff.
Or New Orleans, but I got more confident LSU's going to score.
All right, let's get into the Gators update. The Gators had an All-American, preseason All-American on their list with Jake Slaughter. He is the starting center for Florida, which bodes well for DJ as he's there.
If he plays.
And speaking of DJ, Napier yesterday puts out a statement that says he is doing much better. So did
they ever say what the actual injury was?
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
That's what's concerning to me.
It's never come
out. If you're still keeping it under the wraps, there's got to be a chance he misses a game or two. I mean, I don't know.
It's got to be a nagging thing.
He's such a specimen, and he's, last year he hurt, he had a shoulder injury, he had a thigh injury against Georgia. He's had some injuries, but are those growing pains getting used to the college as he was kind of thrown into where he was? Maybe. I think the conditioning that
so let me ask this dumb question in that sometimes if they're having a discipline problem and they have a small injury, do they not blame taking him off the field and kind of putting him on ice when they blame it on the injury, but it's actually a personality conflict within the team? Ever happened? Has it ever happened?
Oh, for sure.
That's happened.
Yeah. All right, then. I rest my case.
Well, another thing that could be happening is wear and tear. They know they absolutely need him, so let's use as little wear and tear on him as possible. And if he's and Jason and Jimbo, y'all understand this. Some people are such competitors that you can't keep them off the field.
Yeah.
Right.
They're going to want to be on there. So tell him he's got a slight injury, put a boot on him. That way he can't go on the field.
Yeah.
But he attends all the meetings. He's doing everything else preparatory, and he's still able to throw the ball.
I'm a little concerned about this because I've been hearing about this for 4 or 5 months. There's been rumors on other, message boards and stuff that he was going to be out for the season. He had a major injury, and everybody's like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And then you come into fall camp, and they're like, oh, DJ's out and got a boot on his leg. And I'm like, well, what's the real story here? Could be discipline, but, let's be honest. He saved Napier's job. Without him, Napier's gone. He's coaching somewhere else, probably Southeast Louisiana State or somewhere. So this kid, I don't care what he did, short of, murdering somebody, he's their starter. He's their guy. So they got to have him healthy. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen in week 1. I don't think they have a big week 1 game. I think week 2 might be.
Long Island University.
They do have Miami early in that schedule. I think they got Florida State earlier in the year this year than
Florida
normal.
State's the last game.
Okay, so then I made a mistake on that. But they have another big-time game. I can't think of who it was. I'll look up their schedule while y'all talk a little bit more about it.
So Florida announced yesterday that they are going to have a retro uni for the Mississippi State game on October the 18th.
That'll make Coach Hale happy.
I don't know. I got to see it last night. They have a little video of it. It is a lighter blue jersey. It's kind of a gator blue, almost in between an Ole Miss and a gator blue with what I saw in the video. But it's got 2 white stripes and 1 orange stripe on the shoulder. White letters. No highlights on the letters or the stripes, just plain as can be. But the helmet was what was interesting. It's an orange helmet, no stripe in the middle, but the UF is written almost like a Houston-type logo, but it says UF and it's just white. It's a cool-looking uniform, but I don't know that necessarily it's such retro as far as the look of it.
Who they wearing that against?
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
But it kind of goes back to some of the videos I was showing of the Spurrier era when he was playing. It's a similar look to that. I think they did a combination of 2 with the helmet and the.
I don't.
But I'm
mind
not a Florida fan, so I don't really know.
I like some of the alternative uniforms. I think the kids like it. So most of the fans do that aren't older. So I have no problem with it. I do like the traditional uniforms. When you see an Alabama helmet, I know it's Alabama, Penn State. That gives me that historic, nostalgic feeling. But just to kind of clear up what I was talking about on the schedule, they do have LIU and then South Florida in their first 2 games, but then they go to a stretch, and this is where they're going to need DJ to be good. They go to LSU. They go to Miami. They got Texas at home. They go to Texas A&M in the next 4 games. So good luck.
Out of their last 10 games, 8 of them are just.
Then they have that Mississippi State game, which is a game they should win. But after that, they got Georgia. They're at Kentucky, Tennessee, and then follow Florida State. So another
Mississippi State
brutal
Kentucky
schedule.
Is tough. That second half of the year and that end half, if DJ doesn't stay healthy, is Napier there next year? And you hate to say that because he's done such a good job actually rebuilding that program.
Right. At least last year he did. Before it was kind of a ship without a, captain, but they got to be better this year. But this schedule is brutal. Let's be honest. You got a stretch where they play, 3 possible playoff teams. 2 on the road.
So I'm going to take the Florida fan side on this. Who did they make mad? Or who did they get angry at them
Obviously Sankey.
in the SEC office? Because it's when you have the toughest schedule, two out of the last 3 years or 3 years in a row, you're going to have the toughest schedule in the SEC.
Right.
The only team they don't play is Alabama. Why don't you just throw Alabama in that schedule and take Mississippi State out and just go ahead and give them the whole juggernaut schedule?
Yeah.
The problem is their out-of-conference schedule is hard. We're playing at Miami. You got Florida State. Those are always been their kind of traditional rivals. I know they're just now playing Miami again more consistently. But when you throw those 2 teams in an out-of-conference schedule and throw an SEC schedule in there, you're going to have a tough schedule. It's impossible not to. So maybe they should drop Miami.
I've talked about this, but I mentioned, part of the reason why these schedules are so tough is because for the last 5-6 years, Florida hasn't been very good.
Right.
So it's kind of a chicken and the egg kind of thing. Your schedule's so tough because the team that you're putting out there isn't what Urban Meyer had or wasn't what Steve Spurrier had. That's part of it, too, and I think that gets overlooked. Well, because you're not as good as you used to be. But you're right. That 3-4 game stretch there. It's like, wow, that's some serious football right there.
That's got to make or break their season. If they're going to make a playoff, they got to win 2 of those 4 games and kind of win the rest. But
and they're on the road too. Like,
you're playing at Miami this year. You're going to think LSU. You got Texas at home. You got Georgia on a neutral side, obviously. So
you just go on specifically their schedule. There are two of their easier games for the year are Mississippi State and Kentucky.
And South Florida, too.
South Florida is not a cupcake. I mean, they took Alabama.
2 years ago, Alabama almost lost that game. They didn't even start Milroe in that game, and that was a very close game last year. I mean, they played. That's not an easy game. So, we talk about cupcakes, but that's definitely not one I would consider a cupcake. When you got a directional school like that in your state that recruits the guys that have played against your players in high school and know the teams, it's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, and the way they end the season playing Florida State at home, that's going to help them. They're the one of those questionable teams that could make a run, or they could fall all the way to the bottom of the SEC. I mean, they're all over the board. I think it relates back to, can DJ stay healthy?
What happens if they go 7-6 or 7-5? Is that enough to keep Napier's job?
Yes.
I mean, you think?
Yes. Yeah. With that schedule, yes.
I would think that's not where they want to be.
Well, no, but with that schedule, I say yes. If it's a 4-8,
right?
No.
And it's the same kind of thing like with Alabama and Auburn. It's like, okay, let's say you're 7-5, 8-4, but who did you lose to? And how were they close games? Were they competitive? Did you lose to Miami by a point?
Right.
Or did Miami beat you by 20? Did you lose to Florida State by 3, or they beat you by 28? I think that's important. I think that's a big part of it. They've got to be competitive. They've got to keep, if they can't win, they got to be close. They can't be all blowouts.
The problem for me, a lot of these, people that want coaching changes, and we talked about this with Ryan Day after losing to Michigan. Who's out there that you're like, this is a slam dunk home run hire? This is the future
Jimbo
Urban Meyer.
Fisher, baby.
I've got a name when we come back.
Okay. I'm excited to hear it.
When we come back, we're going to have the Alabama update at the top of the hour. You're listening to the Coach Hale Show. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
And the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 91 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight and warm near 79. Mostly sunny most of the day aside from a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, and 89 tomorrow. 87 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Summer is finally here. Now is the time to enjoy your lawn with cookouts, pool parties, or just catching some of that summer sun. Don't let fire ants ruin your day. Call Turf Pro Pest Control. Turf Pro will come out to your property and eliminate fire ants quickly. We guarantee it. Call Turf Pro. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all.
I hope you
You won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Now that's a spicy food nibble!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Let me hear you say it, boys.
For Coach Hill,
Jason shaking
I'll
his
just say
head.
tie.
I have limits.
Jason, well, you say roll.
I'm not doing that.
I'll say tie. and then we're good.
Jason's got that look like he just kind of threw up.
When Coach is back, he will make up for what we didn't say.
Right. He's covers Alabama enough for all of
Some
us.
things are better left unsaid.
At least we don't have
Welcome
a
back
top
to the Coach Hill
25
Show.
Nick Saban wins today.
I got Jason Kovaleski here with Max Fit Sport Nutrition. Mr. Jim Bob Bryant here sitting to my side helping us out. I am Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. If you want that yard green and looking good, call Turf Pro Pest Control. The local number is 850-890-5820. We're also on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. We do lawn fertilization, weed control, insect control for your turf, and then we also do household pest control, keeping the bugs out. If you don't have them, we can keep them out.
Yeah.
If you do have them, we can get them out rid of. We did a special thing here for the radio station in the Coach Hill Show here. What was that, 6 weeks ago, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
They had a big ant problem here, and we came here one time.
It's pretty gnarly. They were coming in the back door and carrying off stuff.
Wow.
And within about, what was it, a week?
It was
Less
just
than a week?
days, yeah, just days.
They're gone and they haven't been back. So if you got ants out there coming in the house, give us a call. We can definitely take care of you.
What
the
about them
easiest way.
canned CMs?
They're hard. No-see-ums are hard.
I'm
They live
having
in
a heck of a time with
If you can get rid of those,
They live in shrubs.
Don't go on Arnold's practice field.
Yeah.
The only thing that really helps with a no-see-um, they have to be out and active. And then there is a mosquito fogger piece of equipment that you can use. But if they're not active, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
So they got to be biting you and stuff.
They got to be flying. So it's an
they're
early
flying,
morning.
all right.
That's kind of an early morning treatment and stuff. There are some systems out there that will help you.
I don't
to
even
answer
need
that
my
question.
alarm clock in the morning.
Some of the people out there at river camps put them in. And
I tried to
does
shoot
help.
them, but then my neighbors got upset.
Well, if you ever see one of those
There's a reason
no-see-ums,
they call them no-see-ums.
when you look at one of them, they look like flying pterodactyls. They're all jaws. That's why they hurt so
really?
bad. Oh, yeah. It's interesting.
Wow.
It almost defies how they fly because their wings are so small compared to their jaws.
their heads.
Their jaws.
That's interesting.
I really want to shoot
Interesting.
Yeah, but we can definitely take care of you. Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. All right, let's get into the Alabama update. But before we do that, Jason said, who's a name that could actually hit the coaching portal and come out? And it's interesting because he threw his name into the hat over the weekend.
Uh-oh. This ain't
He's won a national championship.
I think this is Jim Bob Bryant's guy.
No, this is going to be no. It is somebody different. He retired, rode off into the sunset, has been living a wonderful sunset, and all of a sudden now he says, "I've got the itch to coach again."
After how
John
long?
Gruden, Mac Brown,
Ed Orgeron.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think I would go there. Unless I was LSU and wanted to bring him in for Brian Kelly for a year just to, before
There's a couple schools I could see him going to and doing well. But it's an interesting name just because it's not the Mad Hatter.
I forgot about
him.
him.
He kind of went and ate grass. And
he can't go anywhere.
He hit the wrong
After
grass and hit like a cow.
There was some off the field stuff there that he'll never coach again.
Right, but I could see Ed coming back somewhere in the SEC. Might not be one of the top
tier
tier
flyer.
programs.
I mean, I think Ed Orgeron is the perfect thing that it doesn't matter the coach at LSU. They have such a booster, network. They're going to get the players, and I never really saw him as some elite coach. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to down him. I think he was a great fit for LSU. He loved LSU. I think that bled over into his players, and they played hard for him, but I just never saw him as an elite coach. I just saw him as somebody that took advantage of his opportunity. But that thing ended bad at LSU with him. Yep. So I see him more as a positional coach. I would love to see him maybe as a defensive coordinator somewhere because he's got that energy. I mean, the guys love him. So, but as a head coach, I'd be really skeptical to hire him at a big-time program.
If Saban was still around, Saban would be hiring him as some
for sure
analyst.
Yeah. It'd be a great hire.
All right, so Alabama has 4 players in the preseason All-American list. 2 of them on the offensive line. A first team and a second team. So their left tackle, Caden Proctor, is just a beast. He's a first team All-American. We all know Ryan Williams, first team All-American, along with Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. At center, they have the second team. Parker Braxford, I think is how you say his name. And then they have a defensive tackle at Tim Keenan, who is just a specimen. But he could be a first team. But to have 2 offensive linemen on your first and second team, preseason All-Americans, just talks a little bit about how their offensive line is. They're the only team with 2 guys in the first and second team. Plus they have other players that are coming in. With the running back getting hurt, he's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks.
Did they ever say what he actually did?
Yeah, he had a fracture of his collarbone.
Mm.
And me and Chad went over that yesterday a little bit, and Chad went through the actual procedure. And while they probably brought that out, he said the healing of that, they go in, they put a plate in there, they fix it up, and I'm quoting Chad yesterday, Mitchell, but it's about a 6-week process. That puts him back for the Georgia game.
I bet you they wish they had Justin Haynes back.
Yeah, I bet. Yep.
Yeah, you can't replace the number 1 guy, but they still got some.
No, they'll always have good running backs. But
the big thing I look with them, of course, their first game they go down to Tallahassee. It's a 2:30 game. I'm an oddball. I think that helps Alabama more than if it was originally like they were talking about a 6:30 or 7:30 kick. But Ty Simpson, his first career start on the road. It's a hostile environment. Roughly 70,000 people will be in that stadium.
60. I'm kidding.
Well, I honestly think you're going to have more Alabama fans than what are anticipated. I'm expecting myself personally probably 25,000 Alabama fans in the stands just by the way the seating is and some of the ticket sales, the way they went. There are a lot of tickets for sale online, but
really?
They are not cheap.
They're probably the upper deck, too.
They're all, I mean, some of those higher, I mean, the cheapest one I saw yesterday was $328.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been looking different things and seeing kind of where everything's at, but some of those tickets were $1,000 a piece. That's a big game.
It's a big game. I mean, it's a big game for the region. It's a big game for Florida State. I mean, they have to get something going positively for that program to turn around. If not, then...
Well, we've all talked about how big the game is for Florida State, but let's really look at how big that game is for Alabama. Now, if you look at it, Florida State's coming off a 2-10 season.
Right.
So let's go both sides of the coin here. If Florida State plays them well, and it's a close game at the end, and then Florida State has another season like they did last year, how bad does that look for Alabama? Just when you look at the end result at the end. Now, if they go undefeated, it doesn't matter.
Right. That's
vice versa. They do the same thing, but Florida State has a good year. It's a big benefit for them.
Right.
So, I mean, I look at Alabama. They're a 13.5-point favorite now.
That's the spread, 13.5?
13.5.
That's a lot. I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at that, and I'm going, you're 13.5, and the odds makers in Vegas are putting you out there to 13.5, knowing you're starting a quarterback that's never started a game, played in a handful of games last year, and didn't throw 30 passes.
Right. But he's also got tons of weapons. Defense is phenomenal. Running game's going to be phenomenal. They got 2 All-American offensive linemen. I mean, this is going to be a tough game for Florida State. I mean, so coming out of the gate, I mean, but I'll say this. Gus Malzahn's had a lot of success against Alabama with running quarterbacks. He's got a quarterback that fits his system. So I'm very interested in this game. That's a big number coming out of the gate on the road. That kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought it'd be maybe 7 to 10 points, but you know, just off last year, what Florida State did, I mean, you kind of are just kind of in that wait and see mode. What are we going to get out of them? Who's going to, you know, step up on offense? Who's going to step up on defense? We heard all preseason last year, this is the best defensive line. They run like deer. They hit like trucks. And then they came out and they were terrible.
Nothing.
Well, the defense they're going to run this year, if he runs what he ran at Nebraska, and we're talking about Florida State, that 3-3-5, which puts Darrell Jackson in the center, center. He has to play.
He's got to be a monster.
He's got to at least double his performance of what he did last year at a minimum.
I just dislike that 3-3-5 against a power run team. I mean, I think it just...
It's tough.
It's tough because you only got three down linemen. I mean,
and I'm stating that because I think Alabama, even losing the running back, you got 2 All-Americans on your offensive line, and you got 3 different linemen that you're lining up against and 3 linebackers.
Right.
That's not a good scenario.
Good luck. And that allows Ty Simpson to get comfortable. He's throwing to 2 outstanding wide receivers. Their tight ends are good. I mean,
I think the biggest thing that's going to help Alabama is having Grubb back home place.
I do too.
Think about Michael Penix, who played at Indiana, and he was good, but he went to Washington, and he took off like a rocket because they threw the ball almost every stinking down. That Rome Odunze.
Right.
They made a star out of him, too.
Oh, yeah.
To me, if I'm them, that's what I do this year with Ty Simpson and Ryan Williams. Throw him the ball as much as you can.
And I think that's what we're going to see. And I think Ty Simpson...
If they don't do that, why did they hire him?
Right.
Why did they bring him back, or why did they bring him?
And with the wide receivers they have, I think that's the offense we're going to see, that more intermediate, short, quick pass game. It's going to be the run game. I mean, that's just an extension. Some of these, wide screens, some of the bubble screens they run, but then they're going to take shots downfield. Penix, their quarterback, Ty Mitchell, is closer. Did I say Ty Mitchell?
Simpson.
Ty Mitchell here's locally guy. But Ty Simpson is closer to Penix. They're not the exact same type of quarterback, but they're throw-first guys. They're not really runners, so that fits that offensive system much better than what Milroe did last year. So I think that's what's going to allow Alabama to take that next step. I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're definitely a contender to win the SEC this year. Them and Texas, I think, are the 2 top teams along with Georgia. But I expect a lot from Alabama this year. A lot.
This Auburn update. Folks, if you're over in Lynn Haven and you're needing a good lunch or something good to eat, stop in at Beef O'Brady's with Pat Perno over there. Great guy, great restaurant, great staff. John Ward, Dermatology Associates. I can't emphasize it enough. Get out there, get your skin checked. We live in Florida. The sun is out even on a cloudy day, as my daughter found out a couple times this year. When you get sunburned on a cloudy day, people don't understand that, especially all the guys moving from up north coming down here. It's a different type of atmosphere here. Wildcat.
Yep, I'm here.
Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday.
Uh-oh. And you haven't done anything, have you?
We're trying to do something special. Where can I get something really special that's really going to just knock her socks off?
And have it affordable, too. I'll tell you where to go. Go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77. They have a complete selection of well-priced jewelry. Go in there. They probably have some things left over from the estate sale. Ask about it. If you find something that you think you just got to have or she has to have, talk to them about it, because they're willing to wheel and deal with you a little bit this time of year, because you're getting ready for the Christmas selection to come out. So go on down there to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Great peoples. They're local. They help support the community just like all these sponsors do.
Talk to
Please support your locals and local businesses. When we come back, we'll have the Auburn update. You're listening to the Coach Hale Show.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. And the first player to win 5 straight times on the PGA Tour in consecutive years since Tiger Woods back in 06 and 07. And I know it sounds blasphemous to say, put Scottie Scheffler and Tiger Woods in the same conversation. If you're looking at Tiger at his Tiger-ish, Scottie is at least close.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 91 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight and warm near 79. Mostly sunny most of the day aside from a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, and 89 tomorrow. 87 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered. Literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
Summer's not over yet at Seven Summers Patio, Panama City Beach's newest destination for outdoor living. Discover stylish, durable outdoor furniture at unbeatable prices. From loungers to dining sets, we've got everything to make your patio the place to be. It's Seven Summers Patio, 17833 Panama City Beach Parkway, Suite 104. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Hurry in and cash in on our end of summer savings. Only at Seven Summers Patio. Turn your backyard into paradise.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. Well, what's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
War Eagle! Wake up, you man.
Welcome back to the Coach Hale Show. I am Patrick with Turpro Pest Control. Got a few fellas in here with me today. Before we get started on the Auburn update, if you're having one of those nagging injuries or just an injury you need to get looked at, go see Chad Mitchell at Orthopedic Associates. He's been on our sidelines here helping the high school teams for 26 years. They do x-rays. They look at sports injuries, or as I call them, old man injuries. When you're walking or trying to play that church league softball, if you get hurt, go see Chad.
If you have a pickleball injury,
well, they have those now also. After you get done with your injury and you need to start working out, going down to Steve's Bike Shop, pitch up one of those e-bikes or just a regular bicycle. They sell those too. If you have one and you haven't rode it in a while and you need to get it serviced or cleaned up, he's definitely the guy to take it to. Steve's Bike Shop right across from Sam's on 23rd Street. And then after you get all that, you're going to need the man over here sitting in front of me, Jason Kovaleski. You're going to want to go down to Max Fit Sports Nutrition to get some of those energy drinks and supplements that he has. Tell us a little bit about some of that stuff after you've had that workout that can really get that.
Well, right now I know it's super hot out, so we got our hydration sticks. They're $36.99. You get 40 packets, so you can get 40 days worth out of it. Really good. You got turmeric in it, some antioxidants, some electrolytes. So great for anybody working out in the sun. Some of these high school football players that are needing to stay hydrated, not cramped. Those are really good products. We have our Complete Mass 600, which we have a ton of high school kids on this. 600 calories, 50 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs. If you really want to put on size, it's about the food, it's about the amount of calories you get in. And some of these kids that are hard gainers, they're going to have to eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories, and it's almost impossible to eat that amount of food. That's when these mass gainer shakes come to be a huge benefit. And don't forget about our InBody 570. They're free for our customers. You come in, check your results, your percent body fat, your skeletal muscle, your baseline metabolic rate. Gives us a lot of information, and we'll be able to help you kind of cater your diet based on those numbers. So come see us at your location, 23rd Street or in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, I can't say it enough to the landscapers, the construction contractors out there, everybody just working out in that heat. Go get some of those hydration sticks. It's going to help your workers perform better. They're not going to be they're going to take breaks, but you got the hydration sticks. They're not going to be dehydrated and missing work in a couple days. All right, on to the Auburn update. It's been kind of quiet out of Auburn after all the hoopla that we had with Hugh Freeze and everything. This week's kind of quiet. It's like they're getting down to business. Auburn has a second-team All-American and wide receiver Cam Coleman. He's going to be a key element to their whole offense. We've talked a lot about Jackson Arnold, but I don't want to talk about him as much today necessarily. They did have a suspension that is an indefinite suspension, and it is a big loss. Antonio Coleman, a defensive lineman, he was expected to play a significant role this year. Don't know what he did. He violated some type of team rules, and that has happened. The offense at Auburn should look pretty good. They have some wide receivers transfer in with Singleton. You got Cam Coleman. I can't remember who was the guy, Jason, that we were just talking about. The other wide receiver, he got suspended, but he's been reinstated.
I'm not sure what his name. It wasn't Singleton and Cam Coleman are going to be their top two, but I forget his name.
He's like the third wide receiver.
Is it something Simpson?
I think so. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, and Auburn. We've talked about Jackson Arnold. They throw all their chips in the bag, but did they really? There's a kid out of Stanford that is vying for the second string spot, along with Darcy, the true freshman that is just a phenomenal talent. Hugh Freeze did say over the weekend that he is planning on playing both of those guys and playing them early. He said he would put them in any game. So that's saying something. It's been, according to him, a pretty good competition at quarterback. They do have a couple running backs, maybe a better running back room this year than they had last year, but they don't have the Travis Hunter style running back or type.
Let me interrupt for just a second. Malcolm Simmons.
Malcolm Simmons. Plus, it makes me a little nervous that they're talking about other quarterbacks. Jackson Arnold was supposed to come in, take over this job, be the guy they thought they were going to be. They paid money for him in the portal. Kind of makes me nervous as an Auburn fan, if I was, to hear that they're already exploring other options, because we saw the interaction they had in the practice where he was lighting up Jackson Arnold. He's made some comments about, hey, if we call a play, we expect this guy to execute it. We just haven't been doing it. We got a guy wide open for a touchdown. They're not seeing it. Those are not really statements I want to be hearing coming at the first game of the year on the road at Baylor in a game that's about even. I think Auburn's taking the odds advantage, but they were an underdog in that game.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder about Jackson Arnold, because in high school, he was the Gatorade player, national player of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, he was, everybody wanted him. He goes to Oklahoma, and they had problems because the receivers were all hurt. I get it. But he's not really setting the world on fire at Auburn. So maybe he's, I don't know. If you're in Auburn, after all that stuff they went through with Peyton Thorne and then have quarterback issues again, is it Hugh Freeze? Is it the guys that you're recruiting? I mean, that's just not a good look.
No.
And, I'm not a newbie here. Guys get their butt chewed out of practice. They do.
Oh, yeah.
It happens, especially at those big-time universities. But man, you should have your practice or something closed.
The worst part is that incident happened in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
It happens outside.
Right.
I think it's a normal interaction.
Oh, it's a daily thing.
During that, but just because it was caught on camera.
And it was Jackson Arnold.
And it's Jackson Arnold. It may be a little bit more. Currently, I just went and looked it up. Auburn is a 2.5-point favorite against Baylor on the road. That's a good number.
That's flipped. That was Baylor was favored coming out of the game.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That's what we were saying.
That surprises me. I didn't know that.
You look at Auburn with Darcy. I believe his name's Kevin Darcy. He's very athletic. He's a true freshman. So throwing his name out there to say we're going to play him and we're not afraid to play him, it kind of throws Baylor something else to look at and everything. But at the same time, in today's world, when you get one of these really high 4-star or what they call a 5-star plus now players, if you're not playing him, he's probably not staying.
Right.
So you got to find a way to play him at some point. We watch the portal too much where a kid, hey, I'm better than this. I'm at a great school, but I'm going to go over here because I'm going to get paid.
Plus, what is Jackson Arnold doing in practice? I mean, his wide receiver course, maybe one of the top two in the SEC. I mean, you look at Cam Coleman, you look at Singleton, you look at the kid that got suspended. I mean, you talk about depth of wide receiver. I mean, you just got to distribute the ball and make the right decisions. You don't have to be, Tim Tebow. You don't have to be Cam Newton. You just have to be a guy that makes the correct decisions and manage the game. And for just hearing all the stuff that comes out after last year and the Peyton Thorne and the way he handled that, the way they were calling plays, just forget that they had Hunter on the team at times. The Oklahoma game was a perfect example of that. Definitely on the coaching staff on losing that game. They got to get production out of the quarterback spot. They're super talented. I mean, they got defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary. I'm not all that up to speed with, but I know they got some decent guys there. Their defense is always good. they have to get Jackson Arnold up to speed. I just don't see them going to a backup, going to the freshman, and having the season they want.
No, it's kind of an odd year for several teams, especially in the SEC. You got Auburn. This is a make or break year. We all know that for Hugh Freeze. If the season starts out bad, he won't make it through halfway through the season, I don't think. They'll be quick to pull the trigger. If he goes down there and he can beat Baylor and then come back and get into the season and beat an Oklahoma, Texas A&M, then all of a sudden he starts to become a hero, right? Because he's rebuilt a program.
And they definitely have the talent to do that. I mean, this isn't a team that's going to lack talent. They're not going to be, out-talented on every Saturday. I mean, they have as much talent, in my opinion, as a team like Alabama. Now, maybe in different spots. The offensive line, I've heard, struggled a little bit. But at wide receiver, they're competitive with Alabama. I mean, defensively, they have some players that can compete. They may not be there yet because they're younger guys, but I think it looks for the future. I do have a name for a coach if they move on Hugh Freeze. Kellen Dillingham at Arizona State is killing it, and he's got ties to Auburn. I think that's a future.
But that is his alma mater.
Yeah, but, I mean, Auburn comes with some big-time money, and they're in the SEC. That's a much better job than Arizona State. So I think that's a coach that they could go after. I'm not trying to throw, Hugh Freeze under the bus yet, but I've seen a lot of things that make me kind of take a pause when talk about Auburn this year. I see a lot of them in the top 15, top 20. I just don't know how you can put them there right now. I mean, there's just too much unknown for me.
All right, guys, if you're wanting a good lunch, head on out to J. Michael's today. They have the coldest beer around on the frosted mugs. They have a lunch special every day of the week. Great place to eat, great atmosphere, locals helping locals. And we also have El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. If you don't want some seafood, go down there and get you some good Mexican food, some tacos or something like that this afternoon. Great place to do it. And then after you do that, when you want to unwind this afternoon and take kind of a chill, listen to some good music and just have a good time, go out to Newbies. 4 locations. John and Charlotte do a great job. They have some of the best entertainment in town, especially on Friday and Saturday nights, but they're open all the time. Head on out. We'll see you on the backside. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Follow us on Facebook.
Are you sick of the old sports talk? The vanilla opinions? The polite debates? The hosts who are afraid to say what they really think? So are we. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is bringing the house. It's the new Sports Blitz. Weekdays 11 to 1. We're starting arguments, not conversations. The Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit CoxPools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction, 850-740-3815, or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Give them a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. from the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back to the Coach Hale Show. We got Wildcat in there running the controller, doing an excellent job today, even with the ribbing we've been giving him.
That's why he was best of Bay.
Hey, best of Bay.
Thank you very much.
So we got Jimbo Bryant over here to my left, throwing in all this good information. And then we got Jason Kowaleski over here with Max Fit Sport Nutrition. I, myself, Patrick Garner with Turf Pro Pest Control. You can give us a call anytime you need us. You can call Jason over there at Max Fit Sport Nutrition. Is it hot outside?
Yes.
80 degrees right now.
So it's went up
at
4 to 5 degrees in less than an hour.
Yeah.
If you're sweating outside and you want to come inside and get some cool air, call Steverson Air Conditioning. They can repair your unit, fix your unit. They can put in another unit for you. They're honest, local, going to give you a great service. And honestly, it may save you money over the time of installation when you get it. Like I said, it's hot. You need that AC. Before you do the AC, though, you got to make sure that roof's in good shape.
Yep.
You got to make sure your insurance is going to cover that roof.
Yep.
You're going to have to call who, Wildcat?
T.J. Vandy Roofing. And not only will they fix your roof, but they'll build you an outdoor little patio out there with a roof on it that you can sit out and watch football games all season long. Little man cave outside. They do it all. T.J. Vandy Roofing.
And you know what they are? They're local. Just like Steverson Air Conditioning. Local. That's what we want to see. They're local.
Just like Turf Pro.
Turf Pro.
Local.
We're local. We support the community. We do stuff for the community. That Cajun place. You know what they are?
Local.
No, they're great food. Great atmosphere. But yes, they are local. You can go down there wearing your LSU gear and your New Orleans gear. Hey, if you're not an LSU or New Orleans fan,
wear it anyway.
Yeah.
Go buy one because when they score, you get a free shot.
Get a $15 knockoff jersey and go down there and get free
Jello shoes and stuff
Jello
like that.
shots.
And you can eat the red beans and rice, some of the crawfish they have down there. We go down there when crawfish is in season.
Get that New York strip.
One of my favorite things to do at that Cajun place is we order it, go down there, pick it up, bring it back to the house.
And they got live entertainment on the weekends, too.
We have several, kind of crawfish parties that we do.
I love
crawfish. And my daughter will just eat them up. Speaking of my daughter, tomorrow
Give her a shout out.
is her birthday.
Happy birthday.
So.
Oh, my goodness. Tomorrow's Eddie's birthday, too. She can celebrate
That's
it.
disappointing. Why'd you throw water on her celebration?
I didn't mean to do that.
But, hey, at least one of them is pretty.
Right.
And one of them is mean as hell.
And she ain't a Michigan fan.
So I want to give a shout out to Grace Garner for her birthday tomorrow. It's a little bit early.
Sir.
I'm not on the radio tomorrow, so happy 17th birthday.
We'll remember.
Hey, it's going to be a great day for her. But on to some sports news.
She is at Mosley, you said, right?
Yeah,
so
she is a cheerleader at Mosley.
At Rutherford. Everybody get out to that game. Support these local teams. I mean, that's how they make money. That's how we are able to build programs and win championships. Is ticket money is hugely important to these programs. So get out there and watch it. It's going to be a great game, too. I mean, there's some great first-week matchups for the county. Big county rivals, Bay High, Arnold. You got Rutherford, Mosley. So go out there, buy a ticket, start making going to high school games popular again. We want to see these stadiums filled. These kids put in a lot of work. These coaches put in a lot of work. They don't make tons of money. So get out there and support these guys. This is how we can help the community.
They're fun, too.
They're fun. Super fun.
Well, here's the thing. If you haven't been to a high school football game in 5 years, 10 years, it's not what you're imagining in a high school football game. It's not a 3-yard run in a cloud of dust. It's not a wing tee. There's a few teams that do some of that. It is literally, these kids are getting prepared for college football. Yeah. If you go to the Mosley Rutherford game this week, and I follow it, I'm at most of the Mosley games, you're going to see a spread type offense with one running back in the backfield, and he's going to sling it all over the field while running the ball. You're going to see the same thing with Rutherford. Their quarterback over there is an unbelievable athlete. His last name's Reed. We know that. He played at Florida State. His uncle or something like that. But all these schools, they're not old school style offenses. They are wide open. They're throwing the ball. These kids are ready.
The highlight stuff you see on TV just not do it justice whatsoever.
There's nothing like going to a game in person, seeing the hitting, seeing the skill level. I mean, and there's a lot of skill in Bay County right now.
Yeah, I mean, all across the board, it's something really good to watch. Getting into college football, I got a topic here that's going to spark a little bit of debate. So ESPN, it was either late Sunday or yesterday, released their SEC rankings.
You mean their top 25?
No. Well, top 16. A lot of them are up there.
Nice jab, Jason.
Jason's favorite team is ranked number 1. So we'll just say that, as he said, Texas now 800 times in the show on there.
Can I guess? Texas. I was right for once.
All right, so we're going to go from first down because the bottoms, yeah. Number 2, SEC rankings. The ESPN has Georgia as the second most powerful team in the SEC.
Definitely can see that, especially if Gunnar Stockton makes that next step, which is get a little bit more consistent from the pocket. Don't hold the ball as long like he did against Notre Dame, just giving up that strip sack and fumble right before the half. That was a killer.
Number 3,
Alabama Crimson Tide.
Alabama. I think Alabama's poised. I think that's about right. An interesting stat on that, with Alabama, they're predicted to play in an on-3 and a couple other things, Texas in the SEC championship game.
I could see that.
And then Alabama winning it. Of course, there's a lot of that. The number 4 ESPN Power Rank team was surprising to me.
I would say LSU. A&M?
I would say
you are wrong.
But since he said surprising, who are we missing here? A&M. I read this.
It's the team we've all forgot about.
That's how bad my memory is. I read this last night.
It's the team we've all forgot about, and we've kind of thrown them away because their quarterback transferred. Tennessee.
That's not going to happen.
I don't buy that. But here's an interesting stat with Tennessee. So when I saw this, I was like, how could they do that? Well, Tennessee named Joey Aguilar their starting quarterback. He did that the other day. Most people don't know who that kid is.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. But I'm going to read his stats. Now, he played at Appalachian State, so he did play in some good games, but it is Appalachian State. But his 2-year stat total, 6,760 yards, 56 touchdowns, and 24 interceptions. That's throwing the ball. In 23, which was his best year, 3,757 yards. That's when they had the really good team. 33 touchdowns. He rushed for 456 yards and 5 touchdowns. He fits Heupel's offense. He can sling the ball. I don't care where you're at, and we've all said everybody said, oh, well, he played at a lower division. Well, there's guys in the NFL that played at a lower division that could sling it there and they can sling it in the NFL. Being able to throw the ball and where he was probably undervalued coming out of high school as a star, but now he's the starter at Tennessee. With that offense and the weapons they have, if he is wise enough and mature enough in getting the reads, as we're talking about with Jackson Arnold and some of these other guys, they're a dangerous team. They have 8 returning starters and are predicted to have one of the best defenses in the SEC.
They said that, and then when you saw them play against a real competition against Ohio State, they got absolutely demolished. They were 2 or 3 steps behind the elite last year with Nico. I don't see them being a huge improvement, especially over LSU. You're talking A&M. You got the Florida Gators out there. I think that's a huge loss to lose Nico right there. This guy threw for a ton of yards, but that was Appalachian State. That's a 1AA team. I mean, that's a huge step to Tennessee versus Georgia, Tennessee at Florida. I personally just don't see it with Tennessee. Not at that ranking. I have them about 8th or 9th in the SEC this year.
That's very valid. Your number 5 team, you just said them just a second ago.
LSU. Yeah, I don't agree with that over LSU.
They have 15 starters back.
Yeah, they do.
Very, very solid team.
Right.
LSU is going to surprise you. Number 6. Who you got?
Ole Miss, LSU.
Ole Miss. which is surprising to me, losing their quarterback, losing all the players that Ole Miss did, but we're talking Lane Kiffin. Number 7.
Florida Gators.
No. South Carolina.
I can see that. I mean, they have a better quarterback than Tennessee by far. They have the best defensive player in the SEC, in my opinion.
And these don't follow the AP or the new coaches poll rankings at all. The CFP Power rankings.
I still don't think any of those teams below the top 2 are better than LSU on paper. I mean, you got a fifth-year senior coming back at quarterback, wide receivers. Harold Perkins is one of the best defensive players in the country. Brian Kelly's supposed to be this All-American great coach. I have them 3rd or 4th in the SEC coming into this year.
Following that at 8th is LSU. I think LSU's 8. In the wrong spot at 8.
8?
Yeah.
This is ESPN. Number 9 was Florida. Number 10 is Oklahoma. 11 follows just what the SEC did at Media Days is Auburn. And then it falls to 12 at Missouri, 13 at Arkansas, 14 at Kentucky, 15 at Vandy, and 16 at Mississippi State. That's an interesting rankings as you look at it, especially when you look at the 2 coaches polls, and the AP poll, because it doesn't follow that at all.
Tennessee must have an easy schedule. Let me look at their schedule, because that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they don't have an easy schedule.
They don't, you said?
Well, I mean, it could be a schedule thing.
Right.
All right, guys, when you're out there and you need to get something, look up your local businesses. We support the ones that support the show here. Turf Pro Pest Control is a local business. We're local. We're here. We're involved in the community. I am the owner, Patrick Garner. We do stuff out there for some of the high schools, from the middle schools that we're doing out there. If you ever need any advice on your turf, you need somebody to come out there and get the turf looking the way you want it to, make sure you give us a call. Call us at 850-890-5820 or on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
The blue and yellow trucks will make your lawn green.
You can't miss us. We're bright blue, bright yellow. You see the trucks all over the place. We also do household pest control. We can keep the bugs out if you don't have them, so you don't get them. If you do have them, we can run them out of the building and eliminate them from being in the place. Like I said, local companies supporting locals, just like all the other sponsors here were local. This is the Coach Hale Show. Follow us on Facebook at ESPN at 104.3 Northwest Florida.
Happy birthday, little Eddie. That was little Eddie's birthday.
Little Eddie.
Yeah. Junior.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 91 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight and warm near 79. Mostly sunny most of the day aside from a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, and 89 tomorrow. 87 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your NFL and college football headquarters is Dak Cajun Place. With 27 TVs, you won't miss a play or a game. Score 50-cent wings during live games every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. 50-cent wings and $5 pitchers during live games only at Dak Cajun Place. LSU and Saints fans, wear your team colors and get free Jell-O shots when LSU or the Saints score. Plus brunch on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 2 with $3 mimosas. Game like a local at Dak Cajun Place.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
For the A.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
Your spot for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. Listen live nights and weekends. This is Braves Country. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back to the Coach Hale Show. I am Patrick Turpro Pest Control, sitting here with Jason Kovaleski of MaxFit Sport Nutrition. We are filling in for the legendary Coach Hale, who is out
missing in action,
vacation.
Where's Waldo?
He's laying on a beach somewhere, getting a suntan, spending time with his grandkids, or
crying about Elvis. Elvis died.
He's heartbroken. He couldn't come in because Alabama lost.
Before we get started, let me remind everybody, all of our listeners, to keep listening to 104.3 at ESPN Northwest Florida, because we are going to be giving away for every single Jacksonville Jaguars home game this season. We're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to every single Jacksonville Jaguars games. Listen for details. They're coming very soon right here on ESPN Northwest Florida 104.3. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. We're also the home of the Atlanta Braves. You can listen to us on all their games here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. For all of your Atlanta Braves, have been for quite a few years. All right, guys, so the only other thing I had today really is I was seeing a thing where conference champs and the matchups. And a couple of these I didn't agree with, but I didn't pick these. So I'll start with the Big Ten. Jason, you're super Big Ten guy. Who do you personally have in your conference championship?
I mean, it can be either Ohio State, Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. Those three teams are going to battle for the top spot. They're in a league of their own in that conference. Then you got a drop down to maybe like a Michigan, Illinois, those five teams to me could make the playoffs, and those are the ones that have the greatest shot. I'll throw it out there. Ohio State, Oregon's going to play in the Big Ten championship game.
What about you?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. There's definitely haves and have-nots in the Big Ten. You got the top three, like you said, which I'm like you, are clearly better than everybody else. It's going to be one of them three. I don't get as worried about that because you can win a national championship and not be a conference champ.
Right.
So,
and I think it might be a downfall from what we saw last year, playing that extra game and then, having a bye if you do win it. But the team that loses that game and then has to go directly into the playoffs and play another game, they're playing two extra games based on that. So they got to figure out the conference championship thing because it is unfair to the team that loses and to play the extra game while somebody's sitting at home game planning for you, and then you get out there and get absolutely demolished at home.
Yeah, there's a couple things with the playoff system that has to be tweaked and corrected. The article I read had Penn State versus Oregon, with Penn State winning it.
I have no problem with that. They have all the talent. This is their best team it's under the Franklin era. They got a veteran quarterback, 2 stud running backs. Defense should be good. Until they beat Ohio State, I'm just not on that bandwagon.
Now, an interesting thing with Oregon, they fall into one of the top 10 teams of the most overrated since 2014. And if you really look at their phenomenal schedules or results, but at some point, does Oregon make a coaching change? If they can't go win the big game?
He's won games. I mean,
I'm talking about the big one.
Well, it's hard to win a national championship. There's only 3 coaches right now that have won national championships that are currently coaching. So I don't see that as a downfall. If you asked 120 teams right now, 118 of them would take Dan Lanning in a heartbeat.
Yes.
I mean, maybe not Georgia, maybe not Ohio State, but everybody else is on the table. I think he's a great coach. He mentored under, Kirby Smart. I think he's got that mindset. They got a ton of talent. I mean, they got a ton of talent. Their main issue is the quarterback going to be as good as they think he's going to be? They got wide receivers. Their secondary is going to be phenomenal. They got some defensive and offensive linemen. I think they're going to be really good. I think this is a sleeper team this year. Nobody's really talking about Oregon. Oregon was the darling last year, but I think people better be careful when they play Oregon this year because they're still explosive. They still got some defensive players, and I think that loss to Ohio State is only going to fuel that fire for Dan Lanning and that team.
So we'll go to the ACC predictions for the championship game.
Clemson, Miami for me.
Yeah, I would think Clemson would win that. That's just me.
Yeah, they had on the article Clemson, Georgia Tech, Clemson winning it. But the interesting one for me, they had Florida State in contention with it, which I personally don't see. But I see how the schedule could play out if everybody stays healthy, and that could be a viable
A lot of things got to go right, but, we've seen crazier things.
But I think in the ACC, it's Clemson, then everybody else. Miami may be up there. If we'll know more after they play Notre Dame.
Right.
If they play well and beat Notre Dame, then I can put Miami up there with Clemson.
Right.
But if they don't, I can't. And
they're the only team to me that can match Clemson talent-wise. That doesn't mean execution. Everything still has to, be played out on the field. I don't see Georgia Tech yet, even though they're growing a very, very good program on the talent level of Clemson or even Miami right this second.
Yeah, and then we'll move to the famous SEC, which we're in SEC country. Predictions on a championship game. Preseason, early.
I really like Alabama this year, and I think Texas is as talented as anybody. I'm going to stick with that and go Texas, Alabama.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think Alabama's going to win it. I really do.
He ain't here. You can say it.
I mean, James Hale poo-poos them all the time. He's Mr. Evil.
Right.
They're really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 10-win seasons in a row.
Right.
And they won 9. They won 9 last year. People kind of overlooked that.
They want to fire the coach.
And they want to get rid of the coach. They're going to be fine. I think they're going to be really good. I really do.
The article had Alabama and Texas. Alabama winning it. I think there's 4 teams vying for it. I think it's Alabama, Texas, Georgia, LSU, not in any particular order. So it wouldn't surprise me to see any of that combination. Me personally, I think you're going to have Alabama and Georgia.
I can see that,
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to kind of be a rematch. The winner of that game, I think, would be a coin toss. You're going to get a game in the season where we're going to get to see it. And if it comes back where they play each other again, it's just one of those.
Yeah, the SEC is a little bit different because I think they got 6 teams, and those other 2 are definitely long shots. But when you throw in a South Carolina or Florida, there are definitely teams that can make a run if they're healthy and have some ability to kind of knock off some of these upper echelon teams. It's a super deep league this year. I mean, you got 8-9 teams that can beat any other team on their schedule this year. So I do think they have the top to bottom best conference this year going in. That doesn't mean they have the best teams. I mean, that means top to bottom they have the toughest schedules. So you're going to see some beat up teams in this conference, and injuries could play a factor. Depth's going to play a factor. So I'm really excited to see this SEC season. It's going to be a great season.
I think you have 6 teams that are legitimate, could win the conference championship. I think you got Texas, Georgia, Alabama, A&M, and South Carolina, or LSU. Out of the top 8 that ESPN had, I don't think Tennessee and Ole Miss are going to be there.
Right.
I think they're going to be really good teams.
But Tennessee can beat anybody. Ole Miss could beat anybody. Auburn could beat anybody on any given set. That's what makes that such a tough league this year, because there's teams that have super talented players that maybe aren't putting it all together. And on any given Saturday, if them teams put it together, man, that's
Jason,
a tough
real
road. Quick,
tell us a little bit about MaxFit Sport Nutrition before we head out for the day.
Yeah, we got a free sample bar to try our products. Come down, try some of our proteins, free pre-workout samples. We are running a special. I know a lot of people are back to school trying to save a little bit of money with all the school supplies and everything they're having to buy. So we're doing 15% off for all our pre-workouts through the month of August. And if you spend $200, you get a free free meal plan backpack that's valued at about $75. So that's a good deal to be able to take your food with you, be able to put your supplies in your book bag. Really nice book bag as well. And we have our InBody 570 at both locations. We're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods and on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village.
And I'm Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control, filling in for the Coach Hale and the Coach Hale Show here. Give us a call. We can take care of all of your lawn care needs with fertilization, weed control, and insect, and also your household pest control. Y'all have a great day.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
You know what, Chris? Let me tell you something. Why don't you go catch your breath before commenting on somebody else?